Hi guys, let's analyze cryptocurrency market, what happens. So let's see on this range, and you see we have some big volume when some large player try to buy Bitcoin, but we haven't any action from this level, and it means we lost some momentum from this level, and we should to find more information data to make some ideas for strategy. But for this, when I look in this big volume, I'm looking on the body of this candle, and I indicate this like this level, and you see we have like support level, and we should find some reaction of this situation. But when we break previous small high, we haven't any big reaction, and we haven't any impulse, and it means we haven't enough power to break this support level. So what we need to do, we need to find some fresh money, and we need to analyze graph of cryptocurrency. Let's look on this graph, and you see the biggest point. This is Binance exchange, and we have some big transaction to Binance exchange from private wallet, and you see we have some overdraft from private wallet. It means some large player looking for a situation to buy new coin. Okay, but on Binance we have some small fresh transaction to this exchange. Let's look on the data for biggest time series. Okay, it's a big graph, and the biggest point it is private wallet, and we have some distribution from private wallet, and you see we have a very big transaction from private wallet to exchange, and we have some complex network when we have some distribution of this network. And you see, for example, we have some big clusters like what is the Digital Treasury, okay, and another big cluster is Binance. It means like vertex for graph. Okay, and what is on the Binance? Okay, on the Binance we also have some overdraft for several hours, and it means we have some distribution between wallet, between different exchange, and the biggest transaction was to this exchange, Kraken, for example, exchange, and this exchange. But in general, I'm trying to understand distribution for largest exchange, and it means in general we have some distribution between big players, big traders, and we haven't some clear ideas, and it means we're going to continue some range of this price, and let's analyze data using some artificial intelligence tools. Let's look in Bitcoin USDT for swing traders to analyze what happens with Bitcoin. Okay, so you see we have this red point. It means the data is overbought, and we should see some correction. But this models is changed because we have some distribution and expand support and resistance, and it means we haven't any some good ideas to movement of the price to buy or sell, and we're going to see some range on the price. Let's look in on the weekly seasonality, and you see this situation is not changed from Tuesday. In general, Bitcoin is down, and in general we could find some situation to sell Bitcoin. Okay, let's look in for distribution for another coin. Okay, and let's analyze abnormal situation. Okay, let's look in this model what I added recently. We take Bitcoin USDT. Okay, using this model, we see now we have some abnormal situation when we analyze data for the last 50 bars, and in general several last trade was like positive trades. Maybe this model was very high accuracy. Okay, this win rate is about 64%. It's very nice, but I would like to increase number of components to make model more complex. Okay, we did this model more complex. We increase win rate to 66% of accuracy, and now we have some abnormal situation. Okay, when a model tried to buy Bitcoin recently. Let's look on the 1 hours. It was here. Okay. So let's look on the statistical trading. What happens with mean reversing, for example. I need to understand a global trend. What is a global trend? Okay, now we haven't some clear idea between relationship, and it means price defined some range zone. And let's look on the momentum strategy. Maybe okay, we have some statistical advantages here. Let's decrease number of sequences. Okay, it's not working. Let's try like here. Okay, it's working. Okay, so it means we have some buy signal on the current moment, and we also have some buy signal from this abnormal situation when this model tried to buy this Bitcoin. But in general, artificial intelligence predicts that we should to be in the range, and it means we could grow little bit on this support. Okay, so and we could find some ideas to buy Bitcoin from resistance level. For example, let's look on this value, and we could create some support line from the previous high, and let's define additional levels like this one. From this when impulse was started. Okay, it would be some range zone when we could accumulate Bitcoin here to make some long trade to previous high, because we have a little movement here, because this is a very good support resistance level. Okay, and another what I'm trying to do is to analyze market news. Let's look at this market news. To do it, I need to understand polarity index. Okay, let's look at the polarity index. Okay, it's very interesting situation. When polarity sentiment is decreased, something happens with the news. But now we have some stability news. Okay, and I need to understand what is this data. Okay, let's look in the market to find some clusters. What happened with clusters news? Okay, what they discuss? Okay, house. Let's look in, for example, in this news, and we could analyze some ideas to fundamental analysis. Okay, let's opinion. Okay, let's stop and let's define some clusters. Person. Okay, what is Bitcoin? Okay, Bitcoins to break out of the 5 months long. Okay, some ideas. Let's increase. What is the following? Okay. And I need to analyze also some small clusters. What is it? Okay. And let's analyze this data using artificial intelligence. We need to click a Twitter, and this data generate by artificial intelligence some news ideas. Okay, let's look on the big clusters, for example, and we need to find some ideas what market discuss. Sometimes we could understand some very good ideas to buy some altcoins, for example, or what happens on the market. It takes some time, try to do it. What about Google News? Market. Okay, about Salvador ideas. Okay. So next we need to understand what happens with altcoins. For example, you see we did the charts, but we have a very big bubble with green. It means we have some interest from large players about LRC coin. Let's look on this coin, LRC coin. What is? Okay, this coin is growing now, and some big player makes some pump. Okay, it also some very good ideas to trade it, to understand. Okay, so we also to add this coin to our watch list, and you also could check some interesting ideas from this table when you need find some coin when you have percent change open interest more than 10%, for example Chilean, for example. Now it's very interesting to understand. I know this coin. Okay, it's also very good ideas. We have some downtrend, but now some large player try to buy it, accumulate some volume, and you could analyze this coin. Now let's analyze this coin using artificial intelligence. Let's analyze about LRC first. Take some times. Okay, it means we broke this tendency and trend could change, and we could see some correction, and next we could try to buy this coin. Let's look in about Chilean. Maybe it would be same. we broke some market tendency. Okay, it's also a very interesting situation. This price existed about this resistance level, and we could see some correction, and we could try to buy it because open interest is increased on this coin, and large player could buy this coin again. Okay, it is situation exists on the current moment. We need to understand sentiment analysis from large players, what they do. Okay, next I need to analyze abnormal situation. Let's look in abnormal situation. LRC, for example, I need to start from 2 components. Okay, this is abnormal situation, and let's try to find some relationship. This position is open. Okay, okay, this is abnormal situation, but we have some relationship, and we need to use only those model when we have statistical advantages on the current moment. This is very important. Okay, maybe our fit model. Let's use another model. Okay, so it was some abnormal situation here. In general, it's profitable, but we need to find more accuracy model. Let's look on the statistics. Let's look in, for example, TLM USDT, and find some relationship. Okay, it's nice. It's abnormal situation, what we analyze using model isolation forest. And next we need to find another relationship. Let's look in, for example, like this. No, it's not good, but this looks good for us. Okay, we should wait correction and try to buy it. Let's look in LRC. I'm trying to trade on those situation when we have interest from large players. Okay, also we should wait some correction and buy it again. In general, we have some, what is the statistics? Total return, total positive return, it's more than total negative return. This advantage statistical for us, and we could use it. Okay, average return more than commission. It's also very interesting for us, and we could trade it. Okay, and let's look in again what happens. Okay, LRC TLM is more interesting coin for the current moment. Let's look in deep learning model. Let's try to build some model using deep learning. Okay, we couldn't find a relationship. It happens. It's okay. Okay, I need some 60%, for example, accuracy, or 57. Let's wait. We should use artificial intelligence tools or statistical tools to find a relationship what exists in the current moment. Okay, using deep learning we couldn't find. Okay, let's see TLM. Okay, let's see. Okay, we find the relationship. It's very nice. It's 60% was okay, but it's not okay. Let's look in more data. Okay, it's increase. Okay. In general, you see, this model predicts that we should do some correction, and after this we should to buy this coin. Okay, it's okay. And let's look in again and try to understand how to trade this coin using technical analysis. Okay. In general, it means we break previous high. It's okay, and we also should to find the biggest value. The biggest value was here, and we should to understand this range. And it means we could see some correction from here and try to buy it. Okay, because a large money invest in this coin on the current moment. Okay, it could be some ideas what we could trade, but in general we have some trying to buy coin from on the Binance exchange. Okay, what else? For example, let's look at the situation what happens 1 hour ago. It also was LRC. What is the coin? Yeah, LLC. Okay, let's look at the 3 hours ago. Okay, also we need to understand support line using statistical method. For example, let's look at the USDT, and we need to find histogram. And you see, we need to find some big bars on histograms, and these bars from 0.1 to 0.11. Okay, let's look in on this situation. Okay, it means here it's very strong level, but I'm not sure that we have correction here. Let's look in on the volume, and we need box plot. Okay, this is time for GMT when in general large player is activated. For example, 10 o'clock they activated in general in this time, and in this time in general happens some movement, and we should use this advantages for us to buy coin. But so players who work with this coin trade in the morning in general. In the evening activity is decrease, and now I have time is about 2 p.m. and it means activity is decrease. When activity is decrease, it means some correction for this coin, and it could be some good opportunity to wait this correction and buy coin maybe tomorrow or today if I'll see this coin in this support line. Okay, also guys, you could analyze this coin using some advantages. For example, let's take Tron USDT, analyze sequences. Okay, let's look at the sequences. What is the best time to trade these ideas? For example, you need to find the biggest value. This value in percent change. For example, if we trade -1, it means when exist one red bars in this time, 16 hours, we could find this returns. It means 12%. I show you how it works. For example, signal sequences means one red bar, and we need this time. Okay, and this value is positive, and it means we could trade only long position. Let's look at this relationship. Okay, you see we have some profitable ideas. It means, like an ideas, I'm going to wait this time 16 hours by GMT 0 Greenwich time, and when if in this time we have last bar was red bar, and I'm going to buy, and we could improve our probability to buy this coin is with a high accuracy. Okay, so this idea is clear. And another coin, let's look on the RLC. I need to understand the best time to trade. Okay, the best time to trade. What is the best time? Okay, it's a very interesting situation. And this time is 0. Okay, but 16 hours also, it's very nice to trade. 11 hours also, and very interesting situation when we have 6 hours, and when we have green bar, it means the next bar it also would be green. Okay, it's very interesting. Maybe some large player accumulate position in this time in general. Okay, so I'm going to trade these ideas in RLC and TLM in 16 hours and 15 hours. Let's test this. Let's test it. Where is okay? Where is 16 hours? It means one red bar. Okay, let's analyze and test this case. One red bar. Okay, and let's test ground back test. Okay, you see we also have this this positive trend line, profit line, and this is an example how to use machine learning, deep learning, and another statistical advantages to find relationship on the market, what worked on the previous, and you could use this relationship to make our trading more profitable. So guys, if you like this video, subscribe on my YouTube channel, and see you next time. Bye.